The capture of Tiberias took place on 25 September 1918 during the Battle of Sharon, which together with the Battle of Nablus formed the set-piece Battle of Megiddo, fought between 19 and 25 September in the last months of the Sinai and Palestine Campaign of the First World War. During the cavalry phase of the Battle of Sharon, the Desert-Mounted Corps occupied the Esdraelon Plain 40 to 50 miles behind the front line in the Judean Hills. One squadron from each of the 3rd and 4th Light Horse Brigades Australian Mounted Division attacked and captured Tiberias, along with the Yildirim Army Group's Ottoman and German garrison. The Tiberias garrison formed part of a rearguard stretching to Samakh and on to Deraa, which was intended to cover the retreat of 3 Ottoman armies. They were set up to delay the advance of the Desert-Mounted Corps of the Egyptian Expeditionary Force after the British Empire infantry victories at the Battle of Tulkarm, Battle of Tabs, during the Battle of Sharon. These and other battles fought during the Battle of Nablus, including the 3rd Transjordan attack, also part of the Battle of Megiddo, forced the retreat of the Ottoman 4th, 7th and 8th armies north towards Damascus. Tiberias was captured by 2 squadrons of light horse, one from the 3rd Light Horse Brigade supported by armored cars, and one from the 4th Light Horse Brigade after fighting the Battle of Samakh. The 2 squadrons converged on the town from the northwest and south respectively and took 100 prisoners. The remainder of the garrison retreated northwards to form a rearguard at Lake Huel with the survivors from the Samakh garrison. The next day the Australian Mounted Division and the 5th Cavalry Division pursued the Ottoman forces towards Damascus, paralleling the pursuit on the inland route begun by the 4th Cavalry Division a day earlier. Background: following the 1st Transjordan and the 2nd Transjordan attacks in March to April and April to May 1918 by the Egyptian Expeditionary Force, which had been responsible for the Sinai and Palestine Campaign since March 1916, its Commander General Edmund Allenby ordered the occupation of the Jordan Valley. He also ordered the front line be extended across the Judean Hills to the Mediterranean. Most of the British infantry and yeomanry cavalry regiments were redeployed to the Western Front to counter Ludendorff's spring offensive and were replaced by British India Army infantry and cavalry. As part of reorganization and training, these newly arrived soldiers carried out a series of attacks on sections of the Ottoman front line during the summer months. These attacks were aimed at pushing the front line to more advantageous positions in preparation for a major attack, and to acclimatize the newly arrived infantry. It was not until the middle of September that the consolidated force was ready for large-scale operations. On the 19th of September, the 21st Corps, commanded by Lieutenant General Edward Bulfin, had, with the support of a creeping barrage, broken through the Ottoman front line to begin the Battle of Sharon. In the afternoon, the 20th Corps, commanded by Lieutenant General Philip Chetwood, was then ordered to begin the Battle of Nablus, supported by an artillery barrage. These infantry attacks by both the 20th and 21st Corps, known as the Battle of Megiddo, continued until midday on the 21st of September, when a successful flanking attack by the 21st Corps, combined with the 20th Corps assault, forced the 7th and 8th armies to disengage. The 7th Army retreated from the Nablus area towards the Jordan River, crossing the Jisr ed-Dami bridge before the rearguard at Nablus was captured. The Desert-Mounted Corps, commanded by Lieutenant General Harry Chauvel, advanced through the gap created by the 21st Corps infantry during the morning of the 19th of September to continue the Battle of Megiddo, almost encircling the Ottoman forces fighting in the Judean Hills, capturing Nazareth, Haifa, Afula and and base in Jenin and Samakh before advancing to Tiberias. During this time, Chaytor's force commanded by Major General Edward Chaytor captured part of the retreating Ottoman and German column at the capture of Jisr Damieh Bridge to cut off this line of retreat across the Jordan River. To the east of the river, as the Fourth Army began its retreat, Chaytor's force advanced to capture Es-Salt on the 23rd of September. Amman was captured on the 25th of September during the Second Battle of Amman, where a strong Fourth Army rearguard was defeated on the 25th of September. Tiberias is one of the four holy cities of the Jews, the others being Jerusalem, Hebron and Safed. It is situated on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee, and is separated by a narrow plain from the Nazareth Hills to the west. Tiberias was the seat of a Kaymakam within the Ottoman Sanjak of Acre and had a population of about 8,600, including 7,000 Jews, many of whom were German-speaking immigrants from Poland. There were also 1,400 Muslims and 200 Christians living in the town, which was surrounded by ancient walls. At this time Tiberias was connected to southern Palestine via Nazareth by metalled roads and by an alternative route to a fuller via basin, which was also suitable for wheeled vehicles. The main road north from Tiberias to Damascus crossed the Jordan River at the bridge at Jisr Benet Yaqub. During the unsuccessful attack of the 5th Cavalry Division on Nazareth in the early morning of the 20th of September, the commander of the Yildirim army group commanding 3 Ottoman armies, General-Lieutenant Otto Lehmann von Sanders, escaped to Damascus, traveling via Tiberias, Samakh and Deraa. He alerted the garrisons he passed to the advance of the VIAF and ordered the establishment of a rearguard line. The line was to run from Deraa down the Yarmouk River valley, across the Jordan River and west to Samakh, around the shore of the Sea of Galilee to Tiberias and northwards to Lake Haller. 2 main roads and the railway lines to Damascus would be protected and time gained for the development of the defense of Damascus. If the garrisons were not defeated, von Sanders and 3 senior Yildirim Army Group staff officers reached Tiberias during the afternoon of the 20th of September, after the Ottoman and German garrison was captured at the Battle of Samakh in the early morning of the 25th of September. Strong light horse patrols advanced eastwards from the town up the Yarmouk Valley. The patrols found that every bridge over the Jordan River was in Ottoman hands and strongly guarded. One railway bridge was defended by 30 Ottoman troops with 60 German troops in a redoubt. The rugged ISNI mountain, 1,800 feet above the Sea of Galilee and less than 2 miles from its southern shore, was occupied by 500 Ottoman infantry supported by 1 artillery piece. Major General Henry Hodgson, commanding the Australian Mounted Division, ordered the light horse patrols back to Samakh and pushed westwards towards Tiberias. Prelude. Early in the afternoon of the 25th of September, the Australian Mounted Division, less the 4th Light Horse Brigade which was at Samakh, departed a Fuller. A regiment of the 3rd Light Horse Brigade, supported by 2 armoured cars from the 12th Light Armoured Motor Battery, was ordered to reconnoitre Tiberias, ahead of the division. The division concentrated at Kafr Kana, also known as Kana, about 5 miles east of Nazareth at about 2200. Meanwhile, a squadron of the 12th Light Horse Regiment of the 4th Light Horse Brigade advanced from Samakh along the shore of the Sea of Galilee towards Tiberias. Battle. A squadron of the 8th Light Horse Regiment of the 3rd Light Horse Brigade, commanded by Major McPherson, left Nazareth at 5 o'clock on the 25th of September. They led the advance towards Tiberias along the main road, while troopers from the 10th Light Horse Regiment, also of the 3rd Light Horse Brigade, were ordered to the top of Mount Tabor. For this height, they could observe McPherson's squadron and report on its progress to the brigade commander by heliograph. When McPherson's squadron reached the high ground, an Ottoman patrol saw the light horsemen, but before they could alert the Tiberias garrison, they was quickly cut off and captured. By the time a squadron of the 12th Light Horse Regiment advancing from Samakh reached the outskirts of Tiberias at 11:30, all approaches were held by squadrons of the 3rd Light Horse Brigade. A troop with a Hotchkiss gun was ordered to the shore of the Sea of Galilee to the north of Tiberias, where they cut the garrison's only line of retreat, supported by 2 armored cars of the Light Armored Motor Battery. McPherson decided to attack Tiberias without waiting for the rest of his brigade. While one of his troops rode into the town, the armored cars closed in from the west. The squadron from the 8th Light Horse Regiment attacked from the northwest, and the squadron from the 12th Light Horse Regiment attacked from the southwest. During this coordinated attack, the 12th Light Horse Regiment troops captured a machine gun post at the gallop. The town and 100 members of the Tiberias garrison were captured by 1,500, including 20 Germans and 13 machine guns. The rest of Brigadier General Lachlan Wilson's 3rd Light Horse Brigade and Brigadier General William Grant's 4th Light Horse Brigade arrived to occupy Tiberias, ending Lehman von Saunders' attempt to delay the pursuit by the EEF. Aftermath. As the rest of the 3rd Light Horse Brigade advanced to Tiberias, the left flank moved over the site of the 1187 AD Battle of Hattin. On the 26th of September, the 3rd Light Horse Brigade camped to the north of Tiberias, at Megiddo on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. A squadron of the 9th Light Horse Regiment rode out at 12:30 to investigate reports of a considerable enemy force at Safed. By the time they arrived at 1800, the force had withdrawn. Meanwhile, the 8th Light Horse Regiment restored order in the town and established guards on stores of grain while the remainder of the brigade rested after the nighttime advance. The loss of Tiberias ended Lehman von Saunders' plans for a rearguard line extending from the Yarmouk via the Sea of Galilee and on to Lake Haller. The remnants of the Tiberias and Samakh garrisons established a strong rearguard south of Lake Haller, at Jisr Bennett Yaqub, which was attacked and captured during the pursuit to Damascus. Shortly after midnight on 26-27 September, Allenby issued orders for Chauvel's Desert Mounted Corps to continue the pursuit. The Australian Mounted Division in the Tiberias area, followed by the 5th Cavalry Division at Nazareth, were to advance along the main road to Damascus 90 miles away, around the northern end of the Sea of Galilee via Quetta. At 6 o'clock on the 27th of September, the 4th Light Horse Brigade left the village and arrived at Tiberias 2 hours later. They then received 2 days' supplies and 1 day's iron ration, which were to last until after breakfast on the 29th of September. At 10 o'clock, they began the pursuit to Damascus. Citations